The Bible uses the word fear in reference to God over 300 times. What exactly does that mean? Coming up next on Pastor Bob Daily. Dear Pastor Bob, I'm a bit confused. If God is our Father whom we look up to guide us, teach us, comfort us, have a relationship with, then how does this coincide with fearing Him? Does it mean to be afraid of Him because He can send us to hell? Being afraid of Him is living in fear, which defeats the whole purpose of Christ's work on the cross. I just don't understand the concept of fearing God. Can you clarify? I'd be happy to. You know, we said the Bible uses the word fear over 300 times when it's talking about God. It's a really important concept in the Bible. But let me explain what it means and what it doesn't mean. You know, I used to feel like the word fear actually meant reverence or respect. You know, it really doesn't. God poses a huge threat to my ego. Do you feel the same way? Well, there's so many times when God corrects me and my ego is crushed. But He may pose a threat to my ego, but not to me. He rescues me from my delusions, and I have many. Things that I believe that aren't truth, paths that I start to walk on and realize they're not the right path. He rescues me from those and sometimes knocks me down to get me off the path so He can reveal the truth that actually sets me free. He casts me down so He can lift me up again. He sits in judgment of my sin. That's a big deal. Every single thing I do wrong, He is in judgment of. But He forgives me anyway. You see, the Bible says that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. But love from the Lord is its completion. So you see, fear is part of the equation. When I fear the Lord, I respect, well, in a greater sense, who He is, what He's done, and He can wipe me out any minute. You know, people that I see that have a healthy fear of the Lord, that realize that He's a whole lot bigger than anything, and we kind of sometimes feel like God is the balance with this earth. This earth is really evil, and God kind of balances it out. No. God is a whole lot more powerful than anything that will ever happen on this earth. He's not a wimp. He could wipe this earth out in just one brush of His hand. You see, that's fear. Healthy fear. But the cool thing is this, that fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, to realize His greatness, His hugeness, is that a word? And His love is the beginning of wisdom. And folks, love of the Lord is its completion. God cannot look upon sin. We were doomed. God could have just wiped us all out and then decided not to. Saved Noah and his family, gave us a rainbow to remind us that He wouldn't do that again. And then His completion was found in Jesus Christ, dying on the cross for our sin. It doesn't mean that He's still not fearful. It just means that this love side of Him made everything okay. And so when I see people who honestly fear the Lord, have that kind of respect and reverence, but not just respect and reverence. You understand what I mean now? When they really understand that God is a power to be reckoned with, and they understand the magnitude of that, and also understand His love and forgiveness, those are people that I trust a little more because we get it. And we understand that every step that we take, we walk in the grace of God, who is to be feared, and because of his love, can now have a relationship with. So that's what it means. 300 times the Bible talks about the fear of the Lord. And it's an important aspect of our faith to realize who God is, how huge he is, and how hugely he loves us, which completes the cycle. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and Jesus completes the cycle. God bless you. Have a great day.